Messi. Oh, brilliant skill from Lionel Messi. Surging forward with real menace here. Brilliant from Messi. Oh, what a goal that is!
Yes, good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Perchy and his plum-coloured wall that looks like he's being held hostage somewhere. How are you, Perchy?
Oh, it's a beautiful day, as you two like to say. We have got two of the absolute waste of space, waste of money leaving the football club today. It's an absolute great day. How are you, mate?
I'm really good. Listen, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, aren't we? There is cause for celebration today. One of the players has gone, finally gone. We're getting to it. One of them, they'll be coming back, and we'll be playing that game again in, I don't know, 9 months. We can deal with it in 9 months. It's like, just think. Humans are formed in 9 months, so we've got that whole time period to wait before we have to worry about it again. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hello to every single one of you. We will do our best to keep you entertained in this period of nothingness, of international football, which is not the same as the Premier League, Perchy. But having said that, that allows me to plug this Saturday, 12 p.m. through to Sunday at 12 p.m., 24-hour live charity stream in honor of my mum and dad. That's what Just Giving asked you to put something in honor of. So they both passed away through diseases to do with the heart. So we're going to do another 24-hour stream where it means we can all be silly. We can all have some fun, have some rows, some banter. We've got a James Maddison shirt, an official James Maddison shirt that we will give away in an auction. Perchy, no doubt, will put together 15 million really bizarre football quiz questions for us to all answer.
I've thought of a new game as well.
Okay, go on. You're going to tell us? Or?
Oh, we can tell. No, have you ever heard of the game show Tenable?
Yeah.
So you've got to name 10 things, and everyone's got to get involved. So it's something like that I'm designing. I'll design it for the I thought of it. So loads of things to see on it, and we're doing it. So yeah, something like that to add a bit of time and waste some time to another 24-hour stream.
Absolutely. So that's 12 o'clock on Saturday. And the reason it reminded me of that is because at 5 p.m. on Saturday, we'll do a live England versus Ukraine watch along. So whoever's on the stream there, we can all watch England. Let's be fair, we're going to beat Ukraine. Everyone will think we're brilliant. We'll get to the finals. We won't win anything. And then everyone will go, oh, why don't we win anything? And we can play that game. Big up to everyone inside. There's 235 of you inside. What I've said is all week, any of the super chats that come in, Perchy, I will put straight to the British Heart Foundation. And just for anybody that is interested, here is the link. Oh, hang on. What's going on there? No, that's not the link, is it? Continue. Hang on. What are we doing here? Yeah, copy the URL there. I'll put the link in the chat. So for anyone that does want to donate, this is the official Just Giving page. Okay, so please, as normal though, like the channel, like the show. We've only got 47 likes. Smash the likes. Subscribe to Perchy. Subscribe to this guy. We're just shy of 11K now, so we're moving along nicely. Perchy, let's get into it. I am going to look at Fabrizio Romano, who's my favorite person in the world as of the last 12 hours. We're going to start with the first announcement. Which when people were putting it out earlier, I was live and somebody said, oh my God, Saba, Ndombele has gone. And I went, yeah, all right. What? Yeah, cool. She has. Yeah, window shut. And here it is, Perchy, in all its glory. Fabrizio Romano saying that Tungai Ndombele to Galatasaray. Here we go. The magical 3 words. Here we go. Agreement with Tottenham in place over loan deal. Ndombele has already completed the first part of his medical tests and he'll fly to Istanbul later today. A buy option clause also included. Now, off the back of that, we found out that the buy option clause is for just under 15 million euros. And then if that wasn't enough, Perchy, if Fabrizio wasn't dishing out Christmas presents, not only was he giving us adverts about something about getting smart and artificial intelligence, he then started leaking this news that Davinson Sanchez could also be going. And then this news came out, which was nothing to do with us. And then this news came out, which was nothing to do with us. But then this news came out, which is very much something to do with us. Davinson Sanchez to Galatasaray. Yes, get in there.
Come on.
Get in there. Here we go. Agreement reached with Spurs on fee between 10 million and 15 million euros with add-ons included. Understand Sanchez will sign until June 2027, so that's a 4-year deal. Understand the medical will be the next 24 hours in Colombia. Sanchez and Ndombele almost done. And after that, it's gone quiet. So, Perchy, your initial thoughts. Sanchez on a permanent. We never have to see him defend for Tottenham again. And Ndombele on a loan. And I can't see any way back for him ever at Tottenham Hotspur. Initial thoughts, my friend.
Listen, initial thoughts was absolutely brilliant. I don't care about these. I see a lot of people when try to knock my celebrations going, yeah, but we're losing a centre half. I couldn't care less. This guy is awful. He's been awful for a very, 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 very long time. And listen, Galatasaray is my new favourite Turkish side now. I just want, this is one of those, you know, when everyone goes, oh yeah, now they're gone. I now want Ndombele to have the season of his life. Go and sign for him for 15 million euros at the end of it. So
brilliant.
As soon as he's gone, I'll be having a party on stream. The champagne will be popping. We'll be celebrating this man out of this football club because he feels like he's been here for ages, doing nothing for ages. And in a serious note, listen, and then I hear people go, oh, but we have no cover. Listen, I would rather an 18-year-old Ashley Phillips than a Davinson Sanchez. End of. Ndombele hasn't kicked a ball for Tottenham in nearly 3 years or 2 years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? He's awful. They're both awful. Goodbye. Good riddance. Listen, let's just remember how much did these two pairly combine this football club? Over £100 million in transfer fee.
That's just transfer fees.
Yeah.
Ndombele already for Tottenham, we've spent 40 million on salary. 40 million pounds on salary. And Davinson Sanchez, I know it won't be 40 million, but it must be somewhere in the region of 20 odd million over the last 6-7 years. It must be.
Yep.
So you think that's nearly 100 million in transfer fees. That's nearly 60 million in salary. 160 million for those two. Let this be a lesson learned.
Hang on.
Blaine Dev, big up, my man. I hope you're well. Said, yeah, the Turkish window closes on the 16th. And absolutely give the like button a tickle on your way in, folks. That's all they've got to do, isn't they? Just a little tickle. Only 85 likes so far. So smash that like button and come on, keep subscribing as well. We should be heading towards 11K very, very quickly. Look, let's look at it like this. You've just said there, okay, we won't have any backup, right? That people will be saying. Look, there's two options here. You've still got Ashley Phillips at the football club. Right? Yep. Ashley Phillips, who, news came out today, and let me see if I can find it. I can't remember who said it. I think it was on
me. I sent it to you.
Yeah, all right. Don't get eggy. It's all right, mate.
Oh, I'm just saying.
What are you getting eggy for?
I just say you can get it easier. That's all, my friend.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, where did you send it? Yes, here it is. So this was sent to me via Perchy. I can't bother to bring it up on the screen. It says there, 18-year-old Ashley Phillips has impressed Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou. He will be a permanent member of the first team, according to Michael Bridge of Sky Sports. Big up to Michael Bridge. Now, we've obviously been having a lot of these debates lately about is he ready? Is he not? None of us really know because, let's be brutally honest, we've not seen him. But to let Sanchez go, to leave yourself with, let's be fair, Eric Dyer's been shunned.
Yeah, he's gone.
It leaves you with Ben Davies and Ashley Phillips as your two centre halves. Davis to cover Van de Ven on the left, and Ashley Phillips to cover Romero on the right. Now, the only other option, before we talk about Ashley Phillips and Ben Davis, the only other option would be, is there any free transfers? Is there anybody? I don't know. I'm going to ask everyone in the chat. I don't know. I don't have any names off the top of my head. Are there any free transfers that we could go and get right now and sign to the club? Could we have something in the offing? What do you make of it, mate? Do you think it's that, or is it just we're going to prepare to go with what we've got?
No, I listen. I looked at we actually put up the free agents list on the Fulham watch along a week ago, and yeah, I mean there wasn't many lists on there. I mean one of them's been ticked off, and he's gone to Sevilla, where it all began for him. Sergio Ramos. He was the only sort of decorated name on there. I mean, you had like the Jerome Boatengs and all that. Listen, I don't think we're going to go down that route. I don't see the point. And I'll be honest, I don't see the point. The way I look at it now is when we want to get rid of players, right? We've been crying out for players to go. Why can't we put a bit of responsibility for Ashley Phillips? Why can't we? Why can't we? Yeah, Ben Davis isn't the greatest player in the world. We'll both agree on that. I think he's building himself up to be the next on the list to be on his way out. But you've got enough depth there to see out till January, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I will get annoyed then in January if we don't sign anyone, right? Because then you go, do you know what we're doing? We should be getting, this is now the moment where you get rid of players and you bring players in. I don't care that our window's closed. Get rid of the likes of Sanchez. Don't let him stay around this football club. Let's just keep going. Listen, I think we'll be okay. And it's the great thing is if an injury comes, what if we don't get an injury? What if Romero and Van de Ven are fine up until the beginning of January?
Sure.
So it goes both ways, right? If you know what I mean.
No, absolutely. Listen, lots of people have raved about Ashley Phillips. Now, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because it's like anything. When you're that young, anytime a young player comes in, it doesn't matter whether they've been raved about. It doesn't matter whether or not they've been playing for 2-3 years in the first team. It's always a risk. You go into a bigger club, you go into a bigger league. But sometimes you chuck in the youngsters. Sometimes, I'm not saying all at once, but good things can happen. And what I've seen from Ashley Phillips, again, only footage. I'm not going to sit here and lie and go, I've seen Blackburn week in, week out. And he looks big, strong, elegant on the ball. He looks athletic. He looks like he's good in the air. Positional wise, he looks good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's a step up, but I think it's exciting, right? I'm going to look at this as exciting.
Yeah, no, you're right. Here's one for you, mate. Who's the last 18-year-old that we threw into the first team? Remember?
Dele Alli.
Dele Alli. And look what happened there. I'm not sitting there suggesting that it's going to be the same, right? But you could throw in a youngster and they can do one or the other. They could either absolutely thrive like a Dele Alli did.
Yep.
Or they could struggle. But you only know until we get there. Listen, I think me and you've been very consistent when we come to it. I want to see youngsters given an opportunity in this squad right now. I don't want to see the likes of Sanchez, Davis, Dier still with this football club. I want to start seeing fresh blood. I want to see what we always say, the build to happen. And the build has to happen when the old bricks get thrown away. And we're starting to throw the old bricks away and put fresh new bricks in. So for me, it's what I wanted to see. Listen, how will we know if Ashley Phillips is at this level yet until we give him an opportunity, right?
Listen, I completely agree with you. Look, I get it. I get what the debates we've all been having is about. Okay, well, you'd rather experience in there. But I'll be honest, I've seen this experience, and experience in this situation doesn't mean ability. Experience just means age. It's not really done anything for me. Look, I think the way we play, I think that, Postecoglou really doesn't need to make changes to that 11 because we're playing once a week. It's only going to be if we have, let's say we play at home to, I don't know, I'm just going to Wickham in the cup, in the FA Cup third round. Yeah, you're comfortable with a few changes, right? Not a Fulham away, but we won't bring that up. But, other than that, I wouldn't expect to see too much of Ashley Phillips. And then you've got Ben Davies as well, who, listen, I don't think he's great as centre-half, but I would rather him than Sanchez and Dier,
Yeah, agreed.
if I'm brutally honest. But the big question I think you've raised there is, will Tottenham go and do what we don't normally do? Sorry, don't is the key word there. Like, will we go into the first week of the January transfer window with a plan? Will we, between now, let's be fair, what are we now, the 4th of September through to the 1st of January? It gives you 4 months now to go out, identify maybe another 22-year-old centre-half, whatever it may be. So whoever it is, I don't care if it's not a tap sober, because he's just signed, I think I've just seen him sign a new 5-year contract or something. But identify who it is, start laying the groundwork, start working out if it's achievable, and then the first week of January, go, bang, it's done.
Agreed.
There he is. That is what I would like to see us do, and it's what we've not done very well. Is that fair?
No, exactly. And that's exactly it. We've got 4 months now to go and identify a realistic, achievable signing now. Go and get them and go, so do you know what? We can go and pick up. I'm just going to throw a name out in the hat. I'm not suggesting it's them. I know he's just gone somewhere. Someone on that sort of Bella Kotchap region, that he's just gone somewhere else. But you get my point. Someone that we can go 20 to sort of 35 million quid that's achievable to sign. Go and get them in quickly, and then that way, what you've done there is we've got rid of what we bring one in January. Listen, that's what I want to see. We have to do it, right?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think this is how big clubs act. Listen, I don't want to see Davinson Sanchez anymore. I don't want to see Ndombele. And if you look at it now, let's play the game and pretend Ndombele's gone forever. That's Ndombele. That's Sanchez. That's Winks. That Tanganga's got the loan to buy option. So is Spence, I believe, got an option.
Spence has no option. No option on Spence.
Okay.
Neither with Roden.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Stop talking to your dad like that. Listen, we'll come back to the chat in 1 second. Just quickly, Blaine Dev, big up to you, has put in a super chat and said, Perchy, wink once if you're in danger, twice if you're safe. Big up Sava and Perchy. Bye-bye, Ndombele and Benches. Yeah, listen, big up Blaine Dev, always a massive supporter of the channels in the Spurs community. So thank you so much for everything that you do in this community. And you're always gifting out channel memberships to people as well. So thank you very much. Big up to the 471 of you inside here, and big up to the 330 of those that haven't smashed the like button. So please do that. And Loves Music has come in with a super chat and just shouted at last, move on, play Phillips. It can't be any worse. That's exactly where I am. I think what big up to you, Loves Music, always a big supporter of the channels as well. So thank you guys. I really appreciate the super chats. I think what's important, Perchy, is the first time we see Ashley Phillips in a Spurs shirt, that we don't get on his back. He's 18. Yeah, there will be mistakes. I remember Rio Ferdinand, who went on to be one of the best centre-backs in the world, was riddled with mistakes at that age. Quality, but riddled with mistakes. I think that's really important, don't you?
No, absolutely spot on. I think that's it. You've got to remember this is a young lad. What I would say, though, the drop-off between Sanchez and Phillips isn't massive, right? So it isn't massive. So I don't have an issue with an 18-year-old making mistakes, because they're at an age where the manager and the coaches will wean that off him, right? Wean his mistakes off him. You're not going to wean the mistakes of a Davinson Sanchez. He's been making them nearly all his Spurs career, right?
I've absolutely. Listen, young players will make mistakes. Yes, I get it that it's centre-half. It's probably a little bit more dangerous, because when you make a mistake at centre-half, it's the last line in front of goal. So young goalkeepers, young defenders are always going to be in for a little bit more scrutiny. But you know what? How do any of these players get any better and iron out those mistakes, and get exposure to first team football if they're not given exposure to first team football?
Well, Pep Guardiola is an absolute master at it, isn't he? Pep Guardiola is an absolute master of bleeding youngsters in. Look at them. They all feed through, and they all start creating stuff, right? Like Rico Lewis is the recent one. Cole Palmer was one, and they've just sold him to Chelsea for 45 million quid. So there's no issue why we can't bleed him through, give him an opportunity. Listen, I saw someone in the chat comment who was big up to you, just saying like, oh, but it could destroy him, but it could also be the making of him, right? He comes in and he has an absolute amazing game. You go, do you know what? It's an absolute steal at 2 million quid. So it goes both ways. We can easily sit. It seems like as Spurs fans, we go down the negative route all the time. Now, I'm not knocking people because I know we've been absolutely burnt way too many times, and we're so used to the glass half full over half empty one. But this is a good day for us as a fan base. We've finally seen players. We're seeing players that have let us down under manager after manager after manager, finally leaving the football club.
I just want to answer, but Tyler, can I ask what this is based on? What is this based on? If Dorrington was better than Phillips, can I ask why would Spurs have gone and bought Ashley Phillips rather than promoting Dorrington? And why would he not be the one in the team over Ashley Phillips? I'm not knocking it. I'm just trying to work out when have we been able to test this theory of these two against each other. Listen, I get it when people are going to say, you could ruin him. But isn't that the same? At some point, these kids have to go into the first team.
Yeah,
right?
No, exactly. Where are we ever going to get to a stage when we don't give these players an opportunity? We've been burnt so many times with the likes of Marcus Edwards, Madueke, just to name a couple. There's a few more on that list where we didn't give them an opportunity and they went, see ya. And now they're playing for other football clubs at high levels at the moment. So I think we've got to give these players an opportunity. And the comment just about Dorrington, listen, I think it's all about the right timing, right? Dorrington, let's not press him straight away to step up. I think people just go, oh, he's better based on what? I mean, unless someone sat there and watched all of Ashley Phillips last season at Blackburn in their academy and then watched all of Dorrington. I mean, how are we judging it? We can't really, it's hard to judge an 18, 19-year-old straight away, right? They're better, they're worse, right? It's very hard. Some have different levels of the way that they progress, right?
Mm-hmm. James, I think I said it. I think that's meant to say it's silly to release Sanchez right now. I don't think it is. I'd rather get the 15 million euros now than let him walk on free in 4 months' time. I don't know why people want to see this guy in our team anymore. It's like it's Stockholm syndrome. It really is. We don't learn from what we're watching, and we still keep for me. Let's get a young, talented player in there. I would rather see him make mistakes and we build and grow and he learns to play this way rather than sticking with Davinson Sanchez for the 7th year in a row. 7.
Yeah, it's painful. I put a tweet out. Actually, very similar to about that. I went, Spurs fans, get rid of all of our deadwood. The second we get rid of one, no, not that one. It's like, which one is it? Which one is it?
Yeah. I've heard it all window. Whatever player, they said, oh, yeah, so-and-so wants. And I go, yeah, this is great. Get rid of them. Oh, but you can't get rid of him. Why not? Oh, centre-back issues. Okay, cool. Lo Celso. Oh, can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
What if Maddison's out? All right, cool. All right, we'll sell Perisic. Oh, you can't get rid of Perisic. You've only got another 4 wingers. I don't think people realise we have 1 game a week. We have 1 game a week and we have a huge squad. A massive squad of a lot of deadwood, right? If ever a club could let 5, 6, 7, 8 players go and not be worried, surely it's us right now, isn't it?
Oh, listen, and when we say now once a week, now we're out of the Carabao Cup. It literally is 1 game a week up until the end of January, right? So literally, we've got 1 game a week. Why? Here's the question for the chat. And I'll ask you, because I think you'll necessarily agree with what I'm going to say. Is the drop-off from Ashley Phillips that terrible to what Sanchez is, that it's going to cost us 15? Is not getting the 15 million quid worse than the massive drop-off? It's not that big of a drop. I've seen Sanchez make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. So what? What difference is it going to make if it's Phillips? The only difference if Phillips is making the mistakes at least he can grow from that, right?
Yeah.
We've got a manager that will nurture him and make him grow more.
Well, the same fans that are saying trust Ange, by the way, you don't need to tell me to trust Ange, I trust the guy. But the same fans that are saying trust Ange are the same fans going, oh my God, Phillips isn't ready. Let's be fair, Postecoglou's not going to let Sanchez go if he doesn't feel that he's got adequate cover, right? I'm not saying he won't want someone else, but let's be fair. I worked it out yesterday, Perchy. There are, between now and the first available opportunity to buy again, so what, the 1st of January, there are 15 league games. Now, bearing in mind, we're not in any cups, right? Yep. So we've got 15 games. So what you're hoping there is you've got 15 games where Van der Ven and Romero, or either or, get an injury. You're hoping they don't.
Yeah,
if they
do,
and they're out for 2 or 3 games, surely we can cope, right? Like, surely we can cope. I've seen Spurs get absolutely hammered when Sanchez is in the team, time and time again. It makes no difference to me whether it's Phillips in there and we take a battering, or Sanchez.
No, absolutely bang on. I think the only sort of question mark I would put out there was, why did he play Sanchez against Fulham? That would be my only question mark, right? I would sit there and gone, really? Like, why did we play him there if we were going to get, like, we should have just got rid. But I mean, you could argue people going up, people saying, oh, they need to see like what it is. So maybe, listen, it's quite funny, isn't it, right? That the same people that sit in and saying we can't sell Sanchez were also the ones that told me that, oh, well, Postecoglou needed to see what Sanchez was like. Well, in the space of a week, he's got rid of him. I mean, that says it all, right? In the space of a week, he's got rid of him.
Right. I love this. Like, I don't buy into any of this. I think Postecoglou would have known from spending all summer with them who was good enough, who wasn't. I'm not buying any of that. But look, let's move away from Sanchez for a minute. And by the way, I have got the tennis on in the background. I don't know if anyone's seen that the British guy Draper is just currently playing to try and get into the quarterfinal, and he's 1 set down. But big up, there's over 558 of you in the house. So big up to every single one of you. Only 172 likes. Let's smash that. Let's pay the rent. And as always, we have got the 24-hour live charity stream starting at 12 p.m. Saturday. So please join us for that. There'll be shirt giveaways, quizzes, Perchy's inventing games. We'll get 30 to 40 different YouTubers across the 24 hours to join. Live England watch-alongs. I'm sure there'll be some other football during the weekend and lots and lots of debate. Let's move to, by the way, sorry, I've got some super chats here. Loves Music has said Dier, ? That would be the icing on the cake. We'll talk about him in a minute. So please, I'm going to come back to this, Loves Music. I'm not ignoring it. I'm going to come back to it. Jason Mills has just put in a super chat. Big up to a super sticker. Big up to you, Jason. Thank you very much for the support. You've been very generous today. Malt and Barley. Gary has said your window rating out of 10 now, guys. 6.5 for me. I'm still.
You hate me.
I do hate it because I feel when you give a rating out of 10, you live and die by it. And I think there's so many moving parts in a season. I don't know. Look, I would go with a 5.5, 6. I still think the fact that Dier's still at the club, Hugo Lloris is still at the club, the fact that we didn't bring in centre-half reinforcements, I think we still could have done with another forward, maybe another DM, but 6. I'll be kind. I'll go with a 6 for me. It's been decent. It's been decent.
Yeah, I mean, I would have stuck at a 5 personally. I think for me, I think I put our window in 2 separate brackets. The signings we've made, really excited by the signings that we have made. The negatives are I feel like we didn't buy in the centre half region, which is which we're talking about now, which is why people want Davis and Sanchez to say. Because ideally, if we'd signed a couple of centre halves on deadline day, I don't think anyone sits there and complains, right? So you've got to balance it in that way. So I think it's about 50-50, I think. But what I would say, if I may, was I like the direction we're going from this transfer window.
I agree.
I like the direction we're going.
That is a massive point. Sometimes I always say trajectory. Right? Yeah, I like it. I like some bits we've done. I'm underwhelmed with some of the bits, but I'm happy with the other bits. But again, what I think all Spurs fans should learn is from last year when how many of this fan base were telling everybody they'd won the transfer window.
Yeah.
And then the moment it started to go wrong, it was, but the manager wasn't backed. It's kind of like, I don't want to back myself into a position where I say something that I'm only going to retract further down the line.
Yeah.
Big up to Blaine Dev again. Always so generous. As said, could confidently say nobody in this chat is a professional coach. If our manager wanted rid of Sanchez and said Phillips is good, back him. Definitely that way of looking at it, mate. You know, at the same time, listen, everyone's going to have their opinions. It's what we're here for. But I agree with you. Look, Andrew's made the decision, and I'm really glad he has. All those people throughout the summer saying Ndombele would get a fresh start under Ange. That didn't ever get off the ground, did it? I don't remember him. Did he get a minute?
Nope, he didn't, not at all. He was injured for pre-season. And then, I mean, by the way, though, if Bobby K's in the chat, that 20 quid to charity can go now, because he told me he would play the most of the games this season. 20 quid to charity, Bobby.
What I learned last night was Bobby K. I love Bobby K, but he'll just say everything positive, and it's like, that's cool, but it doesn't make for debate. Like, do you know what I mean?
I love Bobby. No, Bobby's amazing, but it was brilliant.
I love Bobby.
On the charity stream, we were sitting there debating. It was about 3 a.m, by the way. It was like 3 a.m, going, yeah, no. I think we just got to give this guy a chance. I went, I've seen enough of him. Ange Postecoglou will not want him at this club. In the space of what he's now gone, I just hope he has an all right season where they go, we can pay 15 million quid for this guy, please.
Yeah, no, listen, absolutely. I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think there's balance to everything, right?
Yeah.
Look, I've seen enough of Sanchez. I've seen enough of Ndombele. I think we're in that boat with Dier. We're going to talk about him in a second. Before we do, Brad Hares has become a YouTube. Brad Hares has become a YouTube member. Big up to you, Brad. Sorry, I can feel like I need to hiccup. I'm going to try and keep it in. Big up to you. Welcome to the Football Heritage TV family. YouTube channel member only shows, channel member only conversations. We're going to be starting one of those tonight, by the way. So if you are in the chats, you will now get to see those. And thank you very much for your support and your generosity. And Gwyn Evans has just gone with a super sticker. Big up, Gwyn. Thank you very much for your kind generosity. Thank you to everyone. Let's talk about this. Before we move to Ndombele, let's talk about this then. Loves music, as said Dier. That would be the icing on the cake. Now, the question this is going to throw to us is, will Eric Dier now be part of the 25-man squad? Now, it needs to be announced 10 days from today. Is that right? The 14th. I think we need to.
So, yeah.
I think we need to. Something like that, right? We now have 2 extra players that have gone that we don't have to worry about registering. Does this mean Eric Dier now gets a squad place? And if he does, do you think Eric Dier is going to get minutes above Phillips and Davis?
I'll be honest. If he gets registered, it's literally only to fulfill the registration, right? That'd be my only. I think Eric Dier is not involved in this team. You could tell on what game was it? What was the game? I want to say it was Man United when he was sat in the stands with Dele Alli. That told me that this man has no involvement in this team anymore.
Yeah,
like whenever you see that, like. And it wasn't like he was sat with the team, right? He was sat in the stands up in the corporate lot, which told me that this player is not involved at all in this. Yeah, he's not involved at all.
Yeah, by the way, Valise doesn't need to be registered, people. Yeah. He doesn't need to be registered because he's only 19 years of age. So that's really, really good. Yeah, look, it's an interesting one with Eric Dier. What are the chances? I mean, we've heard all along that he wants to go on a free next year, wants to be able to make his own decision to go and play abroad, possibly back to Portugal. Do you think there's any way at all that this man joins all these other players in Turkey or goes to Saudi Arabia? Or do you literally think he's going to sit here and wait until maybe January to sign a pre-contract agreement with someone?
I mean, Saudi Arabia is doable. I mean, listen, let's be honest. If the money's there, the money's there, right? If they're going to offer him double his contract right now, he's on his way out, isn't he? Let's be honest. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, you're sitting there doing nothing. If you get paid double to go and play out there, why not? I wouldn't be shocked if someone like Steven Gerrard's team went and bought him. I can't. There is a part of me inside that wants him to go to the one that Henry supports, just so I can buy him an Eric Dier shirt for the one that he says he supports. It would be the best thing ever.
I always wind up Henry with this. I'm so on board with. Hang on 1 second. I'm just going to bring up the Galatasaray squad actually. Oh God, I've got no. I would have so much fun if Henry's Saudi Arabia team. I don't even know who they are. It's one of the Al
Ali. It's Al Ali.
Is it Al Ali or El? There's two, right? I don't know.
The one with the green badge is all I know.
Yeah, I really hope they sign Dier, Lloris. I would have loved that. I would love that. Big up as well to all the people in the chat. There's loads of you now. We're just under 600. Smash the like buttons. We've only a third of you have done. There's 204 likes, 608 people. So just under a third, just over a third have. So please smash that like button. It really does help us grow, and keep subscribing. We're only 30 away from 10,900, 10,900, which would be amazing. And then hopefully tomorrow we could hit the 11K. So please help me get those extra 30 subscribers. I want to bring this up, Perchi. I want to bring this up. This is Galatasaray's squad. And the reason I want to bring this up is somehow them and Fenerbahce seem to have gone absolutely mad. Can you see this? Can everyone see this?
Coming up. Yeah, it's here we go.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down it. And for me, I mean, tell me if anyone, so from in the last couple of years, they've bought Dries Mertens. Zaha's gone there this window.
Yeah.
Angelino.
Icardi's
gone there. I mean, look, you've got Zaniola's left now, obviously.
He's
Lucas Torreira's there. They've now got Ndombele, they've now got Sanchez. It's an interesting array of players that they've bought, isn't it? Like, I don't know, it's all a bit strange. They seem to have got this money from somewhere, and I'm not complaining because they're now my favorite team outside of Spurs for taking our dead.
No, listen, keep going. We've got a goalkeeper if they need a goalkeeper. We've got another centre half if they want another centre half. Heck, we've got enough players at this football club over the next few years, if they just want to just build the Spurs reject club, they can. We've got enough to go around. It's incredible. We could field probably an 11 of just players that we would consider as Deadwood still, right?
Sorry, who's focused on negative? I feel we've been really happy. We've just let go.
I am celebrating. There is no negativity.
What is? Do you know what I love? This is what I love. Someone like this will go to other shows and go, "Oh, Savra and Perchi are being negative about what? We're well happy. Like, what have we been negative about? We're talking. We're positive about getting rid of the negative Deadwood players. Interesting. Oh, mate, honestly, today I've been on with Saeed. For his panel show, and then I did London Carnage. I've replaced Tapping Tobes on London Carnage to replace to be the Spurs representative. Oh my God! Any Spurs, any trolls on my channels that I've blocked, they just follow me round, lying, saying things I haven't said. You wanted to sell Romero in the summer. You said this. It's like, oh my God! Like just giving super chats to the people who are hosting, which is good for them. But listen, it is what it is. I want to look at some free transfers in a second, just to see if there is anyone. I know we did it last week, but let's just check that we didn't mistake anybody. By the way, some super chats. Terry O'Shea has become a channel member. Big up to you, Terry. I love that picture of, is that Mario or Luigi? Is there a way that we know?
Sure.
I'm going to go with Mario. I'm going with Mario in a Spurs overall
and
thingy.
Postacog Luigi. Is it?
Yeah, let's all go with that. Big up, Terry. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you more. And then he's come straight back in with a super sticker. So thank you so much, Terry. Big up to you, my man. That is much appreciated. I look forward to speaking with you in the private chats. Jason Mills has come in as well and said, the British Heart Foundation, it's such a great cause. A charity that means so much to me. Give. Should be a great marathon this weekend. Listen, it means absolutely everything to me as well. And everyone who messages me says, this means something to me as well. And I think obviously it's the heart conditions are something that are very personal to lots and lots of people. So thank you so much, Jason. It will be a marathon. And they are really tough to do. Once you get past about hour 15, it's tough, right, Perch? It
is. And do you know what? And what? Big up to you, by the way. Your timings are better. You do midday to midday. I did 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. and it just feels like, you have to get that timing right. And listen, I got it. Bear in mind, when I did it, my 24-hour one, I was working throughout the day. So it wasn't really 24 hours staying up. It was more like 36. And I was just at that point of giving KO. But big up to Strasbourg Steve, because he dragged me over the line at that burning point.
Listen, Strasbourg Steve will be in the house, no doubt.
Of course he will be.
Listen, I've done 3 of them now, so this is the 4th time.
You have,
And
but big up,
I'm a bit more prepared as to what's needed. I now know what snacks I need to have with me. I now know what I need to have in terms of cold air blasting on me, keeping me awake, all that good stuff. So big up to you, Jason. And we've got one more super chat before we do. Guys and girls, smash that subscribe button. Come on, 10,870. Let's get that to 10,900 before the end of the show. There's just under 600 of you in here. And a massive super chat, from Simon Kerwood. I've got a feeling it's going to be one of those super chats I disagree with from reading the first couple of sentences, but has said, I give the window a 10 out of 10. We got Big Ange. I'm allowed to count him, right? Yep. Everyone is rating windows based on old manager systems. Guarantee ratings and opinions of players aggressively change in 6 months. Simon, first of all, thank you so much. It's very, very, very kind of you. So thank you for that. I'm going to respectfully, it's always difficult when someone puts in a donation that big, but I am going to respectfully disagree. I don't think any window can be considered 10 out of 10 when we didn't buy an out-and-out goal scorer, when we didn't give ourselves any real quality depth at centre-half, when we went cheap on the goalkeeper. I'm not knocking Vicario, but again, 10 out of 10 will be if you do go and get David Raya at 40 million, you do go and get Tapsoba as well as Van der Ven, you do go and get a Santiago Jimenez or an Orban. But listen, in years to come, we might look back at this window and think, God, all those players are brilliant. It was the best window we ever had. And that's the beauty of hindsight. So thank you so much, Simon.
Yeah,
you are a legend. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate everyone. And thank you to everyone that has liked so far. We're on 250 likes, 578 of you in here. So come on, smash that button. Perchy, we're going to look at some free agents, and I would like everybody in the chat to play along with this game. There it is, free agents transfer market. Now, what I've done is I've purely gone to centre halves. We can play the game afterwards with other positions. But hang on, let me blow that up.
Zoom in a little bit.
Sorry, mate. 1 second. Is that better?
Yeah. Can you go one more in? You must go one more. Yeah, you're good. Now.
Okay, right. Okay, so let us know in the chat. Are there any names that stand out here? You've got Axel Twanzebe, who is the ex-Manchester United defender. Yeah. Yay, nay?
Not really.
No, not really. What, you'd consider it?
No chance. He's not very good, is he? Let's be honest. He's not very good. Sergio Ramos shouldn't even be on this list anymore. They haven't updated their thing.
Hang on 1 second.
It's okay.
Oh, who's that? Okay. Okay. Right. Sergio Ramos, gone, done. Jairo Moreno. I don't know who that is. I'm going to be completely honest. No idea.
You haven't filled it for centre backs. You filled it for defenders, right? Because he's a left back.
Hang on. Defenders.
I think if you,
there we go. Centre back.
Yeah, that's what you want to change it to.
There we go. All right, Perchy. All right, mate. You calm down.
I'm the master transfer market. That's where I get everything from.
Right, let's start again. All right. The first two we've done. Right, Almame Torre, the centre back. I don't know. There's a million.
No idea who he is.
I'm not sure. Anybody in the chat seen anything they like so far? Ishmael Anaba,
Never heard of
French
him.
centre half. No, me neither. Darko Velkovsky.
No, he's
No.
terrible, isn't it?
Fabricio Familiano.
Just for the name, yes.
Yeah, I like the name.
Just for the name.
Phil Jones.
Yeah, of course. What a beast. I mean, look how many. He's a winner, isn't he? He's a winner. He's won stuff, man. He's a winner.
Yeah, listen, he's a winner over and over and over again. By the way, just quickly, Macau said, yeah, Besiktas also signed a couple of good players. Them, Gala and Fenerbahce are going in. Yeah. And of course, what we didn't add to the spice was that Galatasaray are in Bayern Munich's Champions League group, right? With Man United.
Yeah, Man United are in it as well. Yeah.
So you've got Harry Kane versus Davinson Sanchez. I will watch that. Harry Kane will be licking his lips.
He's also Harry Kane's playing against Sergio Reguilon.
Yes, yeah. So Spurs just helping all of these stories. Who else we got there? Zahir Fadal. I don't know.
No idea.
Victor Ruiz. I know Victor Ruiz, but at the age of 34, I'm not sure that I see that as a viable option. The same with Mustafi. There's no way we want Mustafi.
No chance. No.
Then we've got Nicholas Nkulu. Thoughts?
No, I'm all right. I mean, there's some absolute stinkers on this.
I mean, I won't go through them all. I'm looking. Stephen Corker's available.
He's homegrown, isn't he?
He is. I think the only one on that list. Jerome Boateng. I mean, he's 35 though. That's not going to happen, is it?
Surely not. Surely not.
And then I can't see any of these being. No. I can't see any of these. If I'm at Jack Simpson, Daniel Ayala.
Remember him? He was at Liverpool and Blackburn, if I'm right in saying.
Yeah, Norwich. I want to say yeah.
Yeah, Norwich as well. Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? It's one of those weird. Like used to, like back in the day, like there just used to be a handful of like players available. You could just snap up on a free. Like, I mean, like there's some absolute awful players on this list.
Hang on, look at this.
We can bring it.
Look at this. Oh my God, people, stop the show. We found our new centre back, Antoine Conte. Listen, I think from looking at that list, it's very clear that there's not really a lot there that you'd want to bring into Tottenham Hotspur anytime soon, is there? Let us know in the chat, were there any names that people wanted to see? Big up to Drooler in the chat. Hope you're well. Dazza Spurs said, big up Sava for your heart charity. My dad passed away from heart disease and have the same disorder my dad died of. So it's great what you're doing. Keep up the great work. Listen, Dazza, I'm hoping you're managing that okay. I hope that everything is good with you. Listen, we'll do what we can. I've set the target this time at 4,000. The last couple of times we've come in just over 3.5. So if we can get to 4K across YouTube donations and the official Just Giving page, however people feel comfortable, then that would be absolutely amazing. Alpesh, absolutely. I am the Pied Piper of trolls gathering. I don't know. I just attract them. I really, really do. Savas in the mud. Very mature, very mature. Let's block that. I know who that is. I love this. Happy to give you likes now, Sava. You're a changed man. I'm not. Why, James? Why am I changed? I'd love to know what that means. Is what this means? We've actually got a manager that I enjoy watching his brand of football. Therefore, I'm happier. That's not me changed, mate. That's Spurs changing. But thank you for your passive, aggressive, cuss stroke compliment. I don't know. Really weird comment that. Perchy, talk to me about Ndombele. Look, as we said before, he's on £10 million a year. It looks like Spurs are only going to pay £1 million of it or something. From what I've read. Let me know in the chat if anyone else has heard this.
I mean, it's
Paul
terrifying,
Connor.
isn't it?
Yes, Paul, I'm going to drop the link in right now for you. Bear with me 1 second, my friend. The link is here. Hang on. There we go. Copy URL. There we go. The link is the 754, my comment at 754. It'll be a link that says short in it. It's a shortened URL link. Takes you to the official Just Giving page. Sorry, Perchi. Ndombele, 10 million a year. Looks like Galatasaray are covering 90% of it. Can only be good news, can't it?
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? Like the fact that they're managing to seemingly pay that sort of money. Yeah, wow. Like for me at the moment, I'm just praying he actually finds his standard there, right? That's his standard. Go and actually play some football. Show that you actually care about football again. And maybe, just maybe, you give Galatasaray something to think about and go, we can get him for 15 million quid here. Done. Bargain. I mean, by the way, what I want to say a big shout out to all the Galatasaray fans that got into my comments on my video, by the way, earlier. Big up to you guys going, oh, we've robbed Spurs of their 2 good players. I went, wait until you see, boys. But big up to all the Turks that love you guys. You guys are awesome in the comments. It was all good. It was all good banner in the comments on my video earlier.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I'm just going to see if I can find the Galatasaray Twitter page. 1 second.
Wait, is it actually been announced?
I don't. Apparently so. Galatasaray Twitter. 1 second. Here we go. Let me see if I can find it. The official Galatasaray Twitter page.
They have.
No. Have they?
They have. Yeah.
I can't see it.
It's not like one of those crazy videos. It's just a statement saying, oh, it's not actually been. Sorry, okay. It's like one of these clubs that basically they seem to be announced that they put in a bid for a player. You know that you've got like you. So they basically says on here, official negotiations have started with a football player and his club is Tottenham Hotspur and Tottenham Hotspur Football and Athletic Company Limited regarding the temporary transfer. Oh, hi, Mum. Welcome on stream. Say hi, Mum. Say hi to. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mrs. Perchi.
Just clean this. Oh, thanks. Now 500 people know you've just picked up my washing. Thank you.
Love you, Jackie. Love you, Jackie.
She can't hear you. Don't worry. I just looked up and what the heck's going on here?
Yes, Ndombele is just a loan with an option to buy. Yeah. The option is 15 million euros from what we're being led to believe. Romano said there are no issues with either deal. So hopefully, please. Somebody above said, aren't you happy that they're both leaving? Yes, like overwhelmingly. Yes. This is one of the best days of the window, even though it's shut. Like this is what I've been asking for all window. Madzi wants Boateng. I don't think it's going to happen at the age of 35. Ashwaya has said keep Phillips, but also bubble wrap Romero and Van der Ven. Keep them away from the medical staff that treated Lamella.
Yeah.
But everyone said, yeah, hi, Mum. Hello. Hi, Mum. Perchi's mum. No mum jokes. Hi, Mum. Your tea's ready. Yeah, big up. Listen, by the way, we Morton Barter Gary said Galatasaray pay £11 million, 11 million of his 12 million salary because we agreed on no fee to be charged. Spurs masterstroke. Oh, Daniel Levy at it again. Go on, Daniel. Good old Daniel Levy.
Let's just put it frankly then. Let's put it out on what it is we've basically let him go on loan for 11 billion quid. And theoretically, if he then sells, we would have, in theory, got what, 26 million pounds for him. Yeah. Sorry, whether we can slander Daniel Levy for whatever, if he goes and sells next year, that's an absolute master. Imagine getting 26 million quid for Ndombele.
Mate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got Aaron, a big up that said ITKs all windows saying 1 in, 1 out. Then we get rid of them with the window shut. It's funny. Listen, Daniel Levy's he's a crafty so-and-so. Listen, by doing that, he knows, right? He knows that we can't turn around now and go, buy someone. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. But listen, it should have booked someone in the window. Listen, line them up for January. Look, on Ndombele, it's interesting, isn't it? I'm sure their fans will be ecstatic. They'll be expecting this. They'll be watching highlight reels of him the same way we probably did back in 2018, 19, 2019.
It was.
And they'll be thinking they're getting this world-class midfielder with the ability to run games and drive through midfields. They're going to be really disappointed, aren't they?
No. Galatasaray, if you're listening, he's an amazing football player. He's absolutely incredible. We're so sorry. Oh, no, Tonga, you're going. Oh, no, we're going to miss him. Yeah. If you're listening, Galatasaray, do not pull out of the deal. God. Imagine they start looking back at his statistics at Tottenham and gone, and that he couldn't even manage it against a League Two Morecambe. Yeah,
absolutely. Can I just say there's over 587 of you in here, and we are struggling down at the 272 likes right now. Before we do anything else, could 100 of you just go boom, press the like button? It is literally like payment to YouTubers. It's free, and it really, really does help us. Anyone that says it doesn't, or anyone that complains when we ask for the likes, it's literally our promotion. It's promoting us around YouTube, and it's free. So please do that, and we'll check on that in a minute. We should be flying with those, and keep subscribing. 10,872. We should be getting closer to the 10,900 by now. So please smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll put the link in the chat, and it is pinned. Perchy, listen, I don't want to go. We'll go for another 15 minutes. I don't want to go forever tonight, but what's that?
He's arrived in Turkey safe and sound. It's happening.
Safe and sound.
God, just please do not make him run to the stadium and then fail a medical. Please.
By the way, Drula, yes, I did see this as well. Adoji did, he didn't travel for the Italy squad, and then they said he had a fever. So let's hope that it's just that. And look, we're not playing for another couple of weeks, so I'm sure everything will be fine there. Another one, you've got to wrap in cotton wool. This 11
100%.
needs to be wrapped in cotton wool because the drop-off is huge.
You could argue eight players really need to have to play every game up until January, right? I mean, the front three you can shuffle it about slightly, but the rest of them, the drop off is boom.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Let's get a few comments in. Peter said, "Good luck to Sanchez." Yeah, sure. Good luck. Yeah. But listen, this is just about 5 years too late for me. But good luck to him. I've got no ill feelings towards any of these players. They're just not good enough. That's all it is. I don't hate them. I just don't want them anywhere near my football club. Sorry, Parav has said, get Antonio Silva, the 19-year-old from Benfica, absolute baller, high ceiling. Lots of people have been talking about Antonio Silva for a year now. I don't know enough about him. Have you seen him play, Perchy?
Not much. I've heard a lot about him. He's he seems like a good player, but I mean, listen, we can talk about it now. It's kind of irrelevant in the sense that we can't sign him now until January. One of those. Let's talk about all of that coming in the lot around Christmas and January when the window opens, and then maybe we can start seeing if we're going to sign anyone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, first of all, thank you as well, because 3 people have already donated to the Just Giving page.
Well done, guys.
A total of £65 raised so far. So thank you very much, Paul Connor. Thank you. You are one of them. I will give you the proper shout out when I start the charity show, and I will read out all the comments there. So thank you so much, Paul. You're a good man. And thank you for always being level-headed and in the chat. For every troll I've got somebody good like Paul in my corner. So I never forget that.
Yeah, I would just say, guys, as well, if you're in the chat and stuff and you want to get involved, go to the Just Giving page over giving super chats. It's all good. We love the super chats, are amazing. But remember, the Just Giving, every penny that you donate goes to the charity. Obviously, if you send it through super chats, YouTube will take a cut. So, and obviously, you'll read out comments that are going to be put on there as well. So just try and use the Just Giving page if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, listen, people can do either or, but I always say to people, the Just Giving link is there because people worry that the money won't get there. First of all, I will always put it there. I think everyone knows that by now. I'll always put it there. Second of all, the Just Giving link is there. It's there. I've posted it on my YouTube link. By the way, just in case we didn't trust Perchy's dodgy source just there, we've got Fabrizio Romano sharing the same picture, I believe. Is that the picture you just saw?
I think it's a similar one, yeah. So it's a different photographer, but yeah, we go. Here we go, confirmed.
He just looks like he's always out for a day out. Do you know what I mean? Like it just screams to me that football is just an inconvenience to his 200 grand a week.
He looks like he's on his way to some sort of festival in Turkey.
Yeah.
With the bucket out and everything.
Yeah. HTTC has said same time next year when we're trying to get rid of Højbjerg, Ndombele, Lo Celso, Roden and Spence. Listen, this is what the club need to work on. This is what we need to be better at. You would like to think that Jed Spence can have a great time at Leeds and then get snapped up there. Same with Roden. Højbjerg will have 1 year left this time next year. Lo Celso will have 1 year left this time next year. Interesting one, Lo Celso, because he's wanted as part of the squad, but let's be brutally honest. All the while James Maddison's fit, this guy's getting a few minutes at the end of every game, isn't he?
Yeah. Listen, Lo Celso at the moment is like cannon fodder, right? Cannon fodder in the sense that, let's be honest, if you go and he's one of those right now, but let's be honest, I expect us now in the summer next year to go and buy another number 10, an 18, 19-year-old number 10 that can learn from a James Maddison, right? You got on that list, they missed out the likes of Sergio Reguilon. We've got to figure out what we're doing with him. Let's be honest, he's going to be back in January. I know it's a season-long loan, but there's a break clause in January. And the reason they're signing him was because the only reason they're signing him is because Malacia and Shaw are injured. So they'll be back fit, and then they'll be dumping him back on our doorsteps in the 1st of January.
Yeah.
And then we've still got to figure out getting rid of him, right? So there's so many. Listen, we've done some of it. I think I've said all along. I was always consistent. I said we're not going to do it all in one window. It would have been a 10 out of 10 window if we'd got rid of all of the deadwood on permanent deals out of the football club, brought in a load. Listen, I'm not delusional in the fact that it's not going to happen, but we need to do it now. If players come back in January for whatever reason, if we can agree permanent deals with the players that are out on loan with their clubs, get it done quickly so we know this lot aren't going to be here next season. This lot are going to come back. We've got to figure them out, and this lot we want to keep, right? So it's about having as many players that we want in that keep pile, not in the ones to get rid of. At the moment, it's more like that at the moment, isn't it? Where we've got more we want to get rid of.
Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Jeffett has said, yo, Gala fan here. I'm guessing that means Galatasaray, not Gala Bingo. So thoughts about transfers of Sanchez and Ndombele. Listen, I'm hoping it's a fresh start for both of them and that they'll come good for you. Ndombele is ridiculously talented, ridiculously lazy. Listen, I don't know your coaching setup. I don't know the formation you play. I can't sit here and pretend to know how he'll slot in either of them to a Galatasaray team. Ndombele is the talented one. Sanchez, let's hope he does well for you there. I'll just say good luck to you. That's all. I don't want to be super negative about it. Big up to Santu, always coming in with the super stickers. I wish I knew who this was, Perchy.
He's a top guy.
Even on Instagram or something, I wish you would let me know who you are so we can thank you. But thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Here's a blast from the past. Not seen Rooksy pop about for a while. Big up to you, my man.
Up,
said, big up, just been to Germany, beyond jet lagged. You're in New Zealand, right? But you support Schalke, if I remember. These things just kind of stick up there. Big up to you, Rooksy Pop. Get yourself some sleep, mate, if you can. Get yourself some sleep. Thank you so much for the super chats, both of you two. As much appreciated. We're only going to go for another 5-10 minutes, Perchy. But let's have a look at some of the comments, see what people are saying. The same Gala fan has come out and said, won the championship by playing press game and counter-attack, mostly with transition. Could work with Ndombele. All depends on which Ndombele wants to turn up for you. Herv is trying to get rid of Dier to Galatasaray as well. We now want everyone to go to Galatasaray or to Saudi Arabia, right? Just come and take our players.
Please.
Paul Young makes a great point. Said no Euro football is massive for us this year in helping rebuild. More time to get things right. I agree. I know it's frustrating. I know there's going to be times where we don't play for 7 days. But I do think in terms of keeping that 11 fit, wrapped in cotton wool, even if they pick up a knock on a Saturday, it gives them maximum time till the next Saturday to recover from the knock rather than traveling and playing in Europe.
I agree. I think, with the whole European thing, it's one of those. It's a key one, though, that you're right. We're not sitting there playing loads and loads of others that are in there and stuff. So, I agree. I absolutely bang on. I think we were saying it's all along, and everyone was saying, "Oh, how can you not want us to be in Europe?" This is why, right? We want more training time.
For sure. I think that's the important thing. Somebody's asked me to look at the free agents for strikers at the moment, so this should be interesting. I don't think we're going to sign anybody from the free agent list. We don't seem to be that good from the free agent list normally. Let's have a little look then, shall we? Big up. Let us know any names that jump out. I'll share my screen. There we go.
We've got Solomon that was a free agent technically.
Yeah, for sure. Let me remove that comment. You've got Alfredo Morelos, who feels like to me he is a big pain in the arse. Not a bad goal scorer, but I feel like this guy, whenever I saw him on the news, just felt like it was just issue after issue. Osama Idrissi, I don't know. Eden Hazard.
Idrissi, is he the one that was at, I feel like he was at Stoke. I feel like maybe I'm getting that mixed up with someone else. I could be wrong.
Eden Hazard, 5 years too late?
Nah, no chance. No way.
El Ghazi, who was at Aston Villa? Was he at Aston Villa?
He was at Aston Villa. He just got released like 2 days ago. I mean, Arsenal fans were panicking because he was in attendance of the Arsenal Man United game, and Arsenal fans think that they're going to be signing him on a free agent. No, he's not very good.
I'll tell you what, to save time, I'll have a look there. I don't think there's anybody there. I'll stop if I see anyone.
Santi Mina's not a bad shout. I mean, I don't think we'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. I want this bloke called Tungai Koulibaly. I like that. That's a great name. Andre Ayew. Is there Andre Gray? Wow. Alex Vidal, who's 34 now. Townsend. Just think, 7 or 8 years ago, Stefan Jovetic would have been a wonderful signing.
Everyone was raving about him, weren't they?
Nelson Oliveira.
Ruben
Rakina. Wasn't he at Barcelona when he first started his career?
Yeah, he was the ex-Blackburn bloke, if I'm right in saying.
That's
Let me know check. He was at Blackburn, weren't he?
Yeah. Hesse, left winger.
Remember him? Everyone thought he was going to be, and then went to Stoke and his career went down.
This is a great name. Lufa Singh. That's a great name. I feel like I'm picking players based on their names rather than their ability.
I'm trying to look at names.
I think it's safe to say, Perchy, there's no one really there that we would take. Look, Perchy, I don't want to flog a dead horse, so I'm going to say, listen, I am going to wrap up the show. Big up to Haz. Is here said, big up Savran Perchy. Is there a better duo on YouTube? No.
Exactly.
No.
We are
combos
exactly.
Right here.
Dream team. That's what we are.
Herver said Galatasaray is becoming the Spurs Deadwood Cemetery. So listen, it does leave me to just say this. Please, I'm going to put my link in the chat. We're trying to get to 10,900 by the end. But there's 574 of you in here. If just 30 of you could go ahead and smash the button, I'm going to show you where it is just so that everyone can see. It's this one. If everyone can smash on this link, subscribe to Perchy as well. You can get
I'm about 62 away. I'm 62 from 2,200 as well. So thank you if you can.
62. Come on, Tim. We can do this. Listen, Perchy, thanks so much for coming on.
I've had a good time. It's good.
I'll be back in the morning. Perchy will be back tomorrow lunchtime. Much love to everyone. Thank you for all the super chats. Don't forget, 24-hour live charity stream, Saturday, 12 p.m. Much love. And Mia Sodoff, as said, best father and son duo on YouTube. Mia, I expect to see you for some of the live stream at the weekend. Big up to everyone. Smash the subscribe button. Smash the likes. We should end on 400. We're on 346 at the moment. And much love to you all. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.